Bro, let me paint you a picture and tell me if this hits a little too close to home. Two smart people, both educated, both working their asses off. On paper, they're killing it. Six-figure household income, good jobs, nice place, doing everything right. And yet, they're stressed, tired, and one surprise expense away from panic. If you've ever looked at your combined income and thought, there is no way we should feel this broke, stay right here, because what's happening isn't your fault, it's a trap. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. Here's the part nobody warns you about. We were sold this clean, simple story that two incomes automatically mean a better life. More money in, more security, more freedom. Basic math, right? Except real life doesn't run on spreadsheets. What actually happened is that families didn't get richer, they just got tighter margins. When both people work full time, the household starts operating at full capacity just to stay afloat. There's no cushion anymore, no room to breathe. Everything depends on both paychecks showing up every single month without interruption. That pressure doesn't feel like progress, it feels like drowning quietly while everyone tells you you're lucky. To understand how we got here, you've got to zoom out for a second. A few decades ago, most households ran on one primary income, not because people were lazy, but because it worked. One income covered housing, food, healthcare, and still left something extra. The second adult wasn't wasted potential, they were the safety net. If something went wrong, that second income could be activated. That was margin, that was flexibility. Fast forward to today, and that backup plan is already spent before the month even starts. Two incomes didn't become optional, they became mandatory just to qualify for the basics. Now here's where it gets sneaky. Yes, households earn more today than past generations, but the costs that matter exploded even faster. Housing doubled, healthcare went nuclear, childcare became a second rent payment, education costs turned into lifelong debt. Every extra dollar from the second income didn't create wealth, it got absorbed by fixed expenses. And once those expenses lock in, there's no reverse gear. You don't feel richer because you aren't. You're just maintaining a higher baseline that requires constant effort to sustain. Let's break down what that second income actually does, because this is where most people lie to themselves. That extra salary looks huge until reality starts taking bites out of it. Taxes hit it harder, childcare eats a chunk, commutes cost money, extra cars, extra gas, extra maintenance. Then come the exhaustion expenses, eating out more, delivery, convenience spending, services you pay for because nobody has time or energy left. When you add it all up, that extra income shrinks fast. Sometimes it barely moves the needle. Sometimes it goes negative. Someone is giving away years of their life for a few dollars a day in net gain, and that's the part nobody wants to admit. Here's the psychological punchline. Because the gross number looks big, families start building lives around it. Bigger mortgage, nicer neighborhood, payments that only work if both incomes keep flowing. Banks love this because it looks affordable, on paper. But the moment one income stumbles, the whole structure shakes. Illness, burnout, layoffs, kids, aging parents. Life happens, and suddenly the family realizes there's no backup, no flex, no safety switch. That's why families with two incomes often feel more fragile, not less. They're optimized for good times only. This isn't about luxury spending either, and that's what makes it cruel. Most of the second income gets swallowed by responsible things. Housing near good schools, healthcare, education, things parents should care about. But when everyone has two incomes, prices adjust upward. Two incomes become the entry fee. It turns into a silent bidding war where nobody wins, just escalates. Families don't buy better lives, they buy access. And once you've paid for that access, you're locked in. You can't downshift without losing status, schools, or stability. The trap closes quietly. So what's the move? You don't escape this by earning more, you escape this by building differently. The smartest families treat the second income as optional even if it isn't. They design their fixed expenses to survive on one income. The other paycheck builds margin, savings, investments, freedom. That's the difference. One path builds appearance, the other builds options. It means smaller house than you qualify for, fewer payments, less flexing, more control. Over time, that margin compounds into real security, not the fake kind that disappears when life throws a punch, the kind that lets you choose. Here's the real takeaway, man. The two-income trap isn't about money, it's about flexibility. The families that win aren't the ones who make the most, they're the ones who refuse to spend their backup plan just to keep up appearances. Now that you see the trap, you get to decide whether you stay in it. If this clicked for you, hit the like button, subscribe, and drop a comment telling me what part hit hardest. This channel exists to pull people out of financial blind spots, and I'll see you in the next one.